So many towers and hidden transmitters, even streetlights can have transmitters in them, road signs, and there is a system, and it's been out about 10, 12 years now, called Celdar. Once the system is locked onto you, let's say from this lamppost, if there's a transmitter there, once it's locked onto you, the computer will take away anything that isn't moving, like buildings, and it will have your size, and then as you walk up the road and you get lost from this transmitter, the next one will pick you up, and then the next one, and they can follow you everywhere, and if they want to, they can also send a beam into you.
People can't imagine just how sophisticated this technology is. And they've been working on it for decades. This has been their dream for decades, putting out a social credit score system based on energy weapons to eliminate the undesirables. Anybody that's watched the Barry Trower series on energy weapons knows that they've been doing this since at least the 1960s. And he's pretty infamous for irradiating for the UK government, which at the time was Protestant, but now it's just communist. If you don't think these people would take you out with energy weapons, pay attention to the news as they're opening the borders to replace you, as they're driving up the prices to starve you, as they're injecting people with the death. If you don't think they would use a weapon like this on innocent people, think again. And if you don't think that you're the prime target as a conservative, think again.
So many towers and hidden transmitters, even streetlights.
The video guy. This video here gives you an idea of just how surgically precise AI targeting can be. When we say this stuff follows you everywhere with surgical precision to mimic the stages of a disease, to give you the impression that it's natural causes, that's exactly what this system can do. It continues to hit an area in your body to soften you up and to make you think like there's something wrong with you, but it's artificial in nature, and it's artificial intelligence that's driving the system. And all of these cell towers have been weaponized on top of the smart grid. Smart meters, cell phones, new cars, planes, and beyond. Everyone is at risk of being exterminated by this system. There's countless people on the internet right now talking about it, being hit by energy weapons. It's so prevalent that even the mainstream news is talking about it, and they're like, oh, it's the Russians. No, it's the deep state. And they're coming after purebloods, conservatives, people that have been flagged on social media. In fact, they're coming after everyone, according to the Georgia Guidestones Agenda 21. At first came the 5G, and then people started getting sick. And we've got the Pentagon videos of how low doses of radiation exposure mimic flu-like symptoms. And that's why you need to pay attention to the 5G symptoms. If you've been feeling chronic fatigue, recurring headaches, recurring back problems, pain not associated with an injury, you're being targeted by this system right now. There is no pill, there is no doctor that can help you. Instead of wasting your time and money on pharmakia, you need to start shielding first. And you can perform a simple test to see if what's plaguing you is related to energy weapons. If you're feeling pain not associated with an injury, then basically you just put your hand where it hurts, and after a minute the pain will start transferring to your hand, and you will most likely start feeling strange vibrations or pulsing in your hand. That's how you know unequivocally, without a doubt, you're being hit with energy weapons, and you need to start shielding right away. And EMF clothing and Mylar and aluminum foil is a good start. It's better than nothing, but it's not enough. These are military-grade weapons, and that's why you need military-grade shielding, and that's why we continue to promote this book, because it's basically the only book talking about what's really going on. Transhuman Genocide, you can find it on Amazon. Get the Kindle version, get the hard copy version if you're serious about doing a safe room. But this book will save your life. Not getting this book is basically asking for suicide by climate change, by energy weapons, and the like. These things don't miss. They don't make many mistakes. And basically, once you're on the grid, there's no escaping. Well, what we should say is once you're on the list, there's no escaping the grid. While we were basically doom scrolling from one crisis to another, they were busy rolling out their perfect weapon. And they are now murdering people without due process for political reasons. It's all driven by AI. There's nothing you can do to outrun this system. You can't outsmart it. Once you're on the list, it's pretty much game over. And if you've been feeling off since the rollout of 5G, you're not alone. This is a huge crisis right now. People are being slowly exterminated by invisible energy weapons, just like it said in the NASA war documents. And this has been confirmed not only by weapons experts, but government insiders. They're having congressional hearings. They're talking all about it. It's beyond imagination. Everything else is basically secondary to this issue right now. You're worried about high prices, inflation, open borders, the election. That's nothing compared to this extermination program. And of course, it doesn't stop there. They're poisoning the food, the air, the water. These people are serious about meeting their quota, like it was on the Georgia Guidestones. Like it said on the Georgia Guidestones, 90% of the people have to go. That's billions of people they plan on exterminating. And they can emulate pandemics with the push of a button and make people sick, and then they come on the news and they're like, disease X is here, run, and it's the death towers. They're having you look for an invisible virus. It's right there in your neighborhood. And so let people know. Feel free to mirror this content, re-upload the content. Let people know, because there will be no human resistance unless people start shielding for next generation warfare. Transhuman Genocide on Amazon. Let people know. Until the next time, if you're listening to this, you are the resistance.